I apologize to a lot of people I run into about the size of my book and say it's a monster, it's a beast, it's like 50 million pages long, and they all say, maybe they're just being disingenuous or pampering me or coddling me, but they all say, I love big books. So I have a hard time, I know there's a market out there that has no attention span, but I just haven't encountered it in the civilians I've run into. They all say, oh my God, nothing's better than a big book. And I'll say, well, you'll need to indenture a servant to hold it for you. It's so big.
Creating jobs.
Yeah.
Job creation is what we're all about.
That's right.
Mostly.
Hire a boy to hold it for you.
Exactly.
Because if you put it on your chest, you'll stop breathing.
You're bringing this
In
economy
bed at
back,
night.
one book at a time. But no, people, that's the thing. Yeah, your average reader, what do they say? They always, well, when the book's worth a damn, or that they really enjoyed it, I didn't want it to end. I didn't want it to end. I just wish it went on. Well, we've got some that do.
If a book is gripping and engaging, the size of it, it's daunting to me too, but if you can't put it down, it doesn't matter how long it is.
Writing history, I have no idea, but translating it into fiction, I think there's a marvelous tradition we're following. What are the great works? Homer, it's historical fiction. He was born 200 years after the events. Shakespeare. Whenever anybody says, wow, it's really lazy for a writer to write about an actual historical personage, that's nonsense. It's nonsense. And it's not easy. It's not cheating.
You tell it to Shakespeare.
Right. And you're not you're not doing cookie cutter stuff. Well, someone gave me all the details. Wonderful. No. You're wading through the details of someone's life and through a life in a different time, in a different world. It's intensely difficult, but it's important. Because there's something that a fiction writer can do that a historian can't, and that's give history a heartbeat and blood and flesh.
Jim Harrison said there are no old myths, there are only new people. And that's the dynamic that any writer is working with. Because each generation arrives with a blank slate. They have no idea even where Uzbekistan is, let alone what happened before they were born in America. And so it's updating them, finding a new way to bring that old myth to those new people and get them engaged in it, because it's very important that everybody know their past. Not especially so they don't have to repeat the past, but then when they do repeat the past, they know that they are in a tradition of fucking up.
Right.
That's glorious and golden and awful. Journalism is the first draft of history, and that's why it's really hard to write about something at 9/11, right after 9/11, because everybody's still creating that draft, and everybody is engaged with creating that draft. Everybody alive had the same experience. That first draft has to mature, and people have to start having it fade a little bit from their minds, and then you can go back, re-dramatize it, and bring it new.
If you've seen the movie Marathon Man, he would be
The dentist?
The dentist. Yeah, you're the Laurence Olivier to my muling Dustin Hoffman in class, yanking out the teeth and drilling, and I was just quivering and going, no, nothing to say except for inarticulate guttural screams.
Yeah. I always thought you were on drugs, but
Totally
of course
clean.
that wasn't true. You were just, in your own idiot savant world.